would happen if you introduce SCP-999 to SCP-096? Spoiler, this isn't gonna go how most of you think. As a refresher, 096 is the shy guy. If you see its face, even in a photograph, it rage states and comes to kill you. This is an artistic representation, those don't count, you're safe. Next up, we have SCP-999. This little gooball's touch induces a mild euphoria that increases over time and has been used to treat PTSD and depression sufferers. But you gotta ask yourself one question. Is this really SCP-999? The description in the article is very clear. 999 is 120 pounds, is 6 feet wide and 3 feet tall, and it says nothing about it having eyes. That's right, just like people who talk to their Roombas like they're their pets, we have anthropomorphized this little gooball into a mascot character because that's what humans do. This is more like what actual 999 looks like. No eyes, no 096 attack. Couple that with the durability 999 has displayed by being stomped on by SCP-682 as well as taking a bullet, and I don't think 999 is in any danger. But then we ask, what effect would 999 have on 096? People who are looking for a happier ending might imagine that 999's euphoric effect might cure 096 of its shyness and cause it to no longer attack people, maybe even being able to quell it down from an attack rage. I apologize, my friends, but I and the SCP universe as a whole are not that optimistic. As per 096's documentation, we don't even know if the entity is sapient. All we've ever seen it do is pace, sit, cry, and murder. At least with the 999-682 test, we knew that 682 was capable of thoughts and feelings and emotions. It just hates us so much that it only displays rage. My hypothesis? 999 and 096 are a stalemate, and neither really affects the other. Got a different take? Discuss it in the comments.
Terrifying SCPs you don't want to be real. Part 1. Today we'll be discussing SCP-3166, otherwise known as Gorefield. This SCP is 6 foot 8 feet tall. Its exterior resembles a crudely made Garfield costume, while its interior is made entirely of lasagna. It only manifests when the Garfield franchise is performing poorly as far as public reception goes. For this reason, the SCP Foundation pours money and resources into ensuring that the Garfield fandom remains strong. Upon manifestation, the SCP will target Garfield rivals as well as the creator, Jim Davis, and attempt to harm them by force-feeding them the lasagna from within it. Lasagna that is not already a part of it can be used as an effective form of bait to draw it away from its victims. Tag someone who needs to see this.
I hoped if I just pretended it wasn't real, it would go away. I was wrong. What do I do?
The number it lands on is my next SCP assignment.
Now look at this. Are we enemies?
No.
Are we friends?
No.
Are we gay?
Yes.
Warning. Prepare to meet God. He's at Applebee's.
I have been looking for 343 for 3 weeks. And he went to fucking Applebee's. God damn it.
Look, SCP-250, I know this is hard, but you have to accept the fact that you're dead.
What? How can you say such a thing?
You're a f***ing skeleton. Maybe dinosaurs didn't have skin. I mean, you don't know.
You're probably wondering how I would beat this tall and scary man in a fight. Well, the first thing that I would do is I would not say its name, idiot!
Okay, lights out. Aww. I don't know if I'm more annoyed that they scheduled a hug test or that it was successful. And now we've got to contain that person because they're clearly anomalous. I don't think you understand how many D-class we had to push out of that window to get one to fall in the particular way that clipped them into the back rooms. We're not pulling him out without some new data. It's just a waste of resources. Ooh, new entity. Oh, not a very friendly one. Of course there's a spatial anomaly in the break room. Go on, get it, grab the Oh. Oh! You okay?
Barry, they're gonna eat you.
What have you done?
Ron, why is our TV doing whatever that is? Simple answer, I tried mounting the TV to the wall, but I think I mounted the wall to the TV. How would you do that? You know, my question is, how's it still working? Ron, I don't know if I owe it to the TV or the wire. Is the wire a separate object to the TV? Ron, please. I mean, let's go deeper. What defines a TV? I can't imagine there's any less than a few dozen parts in there. I hate you as a roommate. Even then, there's thousands of electrical components making up the circuitry behind us. What exactly is defining what should clip through the wall? You know what I mean? Ron, all I see is a TV leaving marks on our drywall. That's so ignorant. Sorry that I'm so desensitized by these unusual events that happen in our house. I, for one, find it fascinating, and I wish I had a colleague who cared just as much as I do about documenting these experiences. How do we stop it, Ron? I'm concerned too. What if we lose the TV? What if we lose the TV? Are you just gonna watch Mark Rober this way? I could, if I move my head synchronously with it. Yeah. Give it a try, Ron. Don't talk about this ever. Oh, you took away the TV. I need you to go pick up a thing of paint at IKEA. What, you're making me do it? These things only happen when you're around, Ron. Get it done. That's fair.
Excuse me.
This is an emergency broadcast. Please stay in your homes, close your windows and curtains, and turn off all music devices.
Spider Moon, Spider Moon. I'm not dealing with Spider Moon. Lunar base, way up there. Blow it up, for all I care. That's right. Blow up the Spider Moon. And how, pray tell, is this dog anomalous? Oh. Ahern, get me a Scranton reality anchor.
Explaining SCPs in 60 seconds or less. SCP-2137 is a Me Against the World album by Tupac. When played, the album generates rap songs that reveal the names of killers, where the evidence is hidden, and whether or not they're planning to hurt anyone else. The song typically ends with a suggestion on what the appropriate punishment should be. Occasionally, the songs will be about the plots of terrorist organizations like ISIS, the IRA, and the Foundation's rival, the Chaos Insurgency. It's implied that the album can even possess the bodies of others and perform the rapping through them. Despite being dead, the voice in the songs is confirmed to be that of Tupac. Sometimes featured artists will appear in the songs like Snoop Dogg and Busta Rhymes. On rare occasions, they also feature modern artists like Rihanna and Kanye West. When questioned about this, the musicians all reported having no memory of recording these songs, and on even rarer occasions, the song will feature older artists like Elvis, Frank Sinatra, and the Beatles.
Sometimes you'll see an SCP with a -EX at the end, designating it as an explained SCP. But what does that really mean? Explained SCPs are objects or concepts that the Foundation classified as anomalous initially, but for one reason or another are no longer considered so. Why would this happen? Numerous reasons, including, maybe it was an advanced technology that is now common enough to be considered normal. Maybe it was never anomalous, but scientific understanding wasn't advanced enough to understand it yet. Maybe, in the course of study, a researcher discovered they were studying something non-anomalous, and decided to keep that information to themselves for various purposes. Maybe a researcher falsified an anomaly, scamming the Foundation out of resources for their personal reasons. Or maybe the Foundation failed to contain a widespread anomaly and amnesticized the public so they would believe this new normal is how it always was. Whatever the reason, It's important that the Foundation keep these documents on the mainframe so we can learn from our mistakes.
SCP nicknames that I wish existed. Part 2. Go. A stick. Or is it? Harry Potter Megadeth. It's time to... That's not my colostomy bag. Slimy Bart. Jesus' homework folder. 18,422 pieces of 8. Everything is a toilet if you're desperate enough. Very Angry Dave and the 7 dwarf-like entities. Hardcore well-spoken Teletubby death metal. Instant coma lettuce. Agaton, the consumer of great deals at walmart.com. Dyslexia.
The SCP Explained YouTube channel got something wrong in one of my SCPs, so now I have no choice but to roast them. It all started when, unbeknownst to me, someone used SCP-3802, Hair Growth by Datto, written by yours truly, in the SCP-682 termination log, and it is pretty good. I'll give you a second to read it. SCP Explained did a video with a bunch of these termination attempts, and 3802 was included. They spritz 682 with very fine Datto product, 682 grows the tumors turn into rabbits, 682 doesn't die and also eats the rabbits. All of this makes sense, right? Wrong! I already showed you the error. Did you see it? Look again at the Hair Growth by Datto bottle. Look very closely. This label goes against the very spirit of Datto, who we know has broken capitalized key so can only type lowercase. Abomination! Worst YouTube channel ever. Only solution is to delete. Obviously, I'm joking and this is all in fun, but it did happen during an adaptation of my SCP, so how could I resist?
I fucking had it. I'm done. I fucking had it. Hold on. I know your ass really mad. Your ass really mad. Your ass really mad. Your ass really mad. Your ass really mad.
Hey, Dr. Brown here. Watch carefully as I turn all of these baby geese I found in the park into declaw.
Object classes. What are they? What do they mean? And how scared should you be? Quick note, object classes have nothing to do with how dangerous an entity is, only how hard it is to contain it. There are safe class entities that'll murder your entire family, and there are ketters that couldn't hurt a fly. Safe anomalies take very little resources from the Foundation to contain. We put it in the box, it stays in the box. This is either because it's an inherently easy to contain anomaly, or because we've researched it so thoroughly that we can do it with ease. Euclid is the most common object class. It is a little more chaotic, a little less understood, it's more likely to get out of the box. Note that if the anomaly is autonomous and sentient or sapient, meaning it's alive, it is almost automatically Euclid because living creatures are unpredictable and will try to break out. Keter, it's a real Hebrew word, it doesn't rhyme with meter, don't at me. Anomalies are exceedingly difficult to contain. They require a lot of resources and supervision. We might not have advanced enough technology or even understand how to get the job done. If you put it in a box, it will break out if you leave it alone. Thaumiel objects actually help the Foundation contain other anomalies. It's not enough for the anomaly to be nice or friendly or helpful, it has to actively help us lock another anomaly up. The rarely used Apollyon object class is for things that we're holding on by our fingernails, but we cannot stop this thing. It's gonna get out, and it's probably gonna end the whole world. Neutralized is for when an object is no longer anomalous. Either it's been deactivated or destroyed, accidentally or on purpose. This crosses over with the decommissioned object class. Archon is the object class for when we could contain something but choose not to. Now don't get it wrong, we love containing anomalies. It doesn't matter how nice or friendly or helpful it is. So if we choose not to put it in a box, there's a damn good reason for it. Explained SCPs are ones that we completely understand now. Either they were anomalous until science caught up, or they weren't anomalous and we were wrong about that because we didn't understand the science for some reason. Or some researcher did a hecking fraud. Then there are joke SCPs, -J. It means that the SCP article is intended to be a funny haha joke. Important context though, there's such a thing as a funny SCP and a -J, and they're not the same thing, but if you ask me to tell you the difference, I just know it when I see it. This isn't every object class that's out there, but they are the most common you'll encounter. Questions and discussion in the comments? Stay safe out there. Secure. Contain. Protect.
Weather outside is frightful, but that fire is delightful.
Sometimes I worry that the Foundation redacts too many things, too many black boxes, too many data expunged. Then I see this and realize I am no longer conflicted.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I never meant to make you cry.
You liar! Look at what you've done!
Weirdcore still better.
Kidcore. This video isn't even about weirdcore.
Nor is it kidcore.
What even is SCP?
It was on the damn background,
I
you
can't
dummy.
read.
Why are you even here?
You bought me because you thought I was a dumb little stuffed animal. Who's the dummy now?
I think it's still the person who can't read. Anyways.
Wait, what? Let go of me.
I hope they die. Outro to be continued.